end to see if there's some reason to evolve. You want to do everything on a daily basis going forward that keeps taking you up and up and up. And talk about discipline. It takes some focus if you're not used to turning things upward all the time. But this is the time to do it. This is the most important time probably in your lifetime on this planet, especially if you're aware that you came here for a very good reason.
We've got some more phone calls, some more time for some more phone calls at 503-288-4442 or 503-288-4448. Dee, I want to talk briefly about personal challenges. And it's not just the larger changes that are catapulting us to a greater level of evolution, in particular spiritual, but the personal trials and tribulations that we all go through. Just being a talk show host, I've been evicted multiple times from different living situations because it's made the landlords nervous. Illegal white, it might be. Yeah. Still, that's not a compatible living situation, and so there are consequences that some of us take when we choose to embark on a certain path, being scorned in this modern world where so many people are buying the bottom line. Drinking the official Kool-Aid.
Drinking the water.
If you think that you're going to go out and change the world overnight and get instantaneous success, you'd be wrong. It's about a larger journey that involves a little bit of faith that we're going to be okay through this and that we're doing the right thing.
It involves a lot of faith. You can't say that you can do it with belief. You have to say it with knowing. But I think to connect up with whatever you think of as source. I mean, believe me, if you think you're going to be popular doing the right thing, it's a big mistake because
We got that. I'm sorry, go ahead. We got that phone call. It just came back.
Oh, okay, good. I was just going to say I was a pioneer in the health product industry, in the herb world, in things like sound therapy and these different higher consciousness things over the years. And you're never popular when you're the one on the edge. I mean, it's easy to be, for instance, a patriot if everyone else is marching in front of you. But to get out there on the line and put yourself on the line, don't expect yourself to be popular or easily accepted in the beginning. Just do your service.
Don't do what you're doing for your own selfish gain.
Just do what you're called to do. And not everyone's called to do this. Not everyone's called to get enlightened. Yeah. Not everyone's called to be ascended. I've given up trying to explain to people why I'm passionate, why I believe what I believe. I'm like, if they're not vibrating that particular frequency and don't feel the feelings, empathy I have for all those dead in the Middle East because of this illegal war on terror, hey, good luck with those robotic feelings and emotions. I can't make them feel what I feel. And that's the biggest spiritual test for me, is to accept that and just keep doing what I'm doing. Right. Your own integrity isn't coming from anything outside. And if people don't get really good about now at dealing with, we can't always control everything around us. It's going to go faster. It's going to get more chaotic. Mm-hmm. It's going to be more challenging because of the lack of funds and lack of jobs and security. It's going to get more challenging than you've ever imagined. But it's all the more reason to take your stand here in the source. And living by the heart-centeredness really does connect you up much more so than fear or the great desire for acceptance. You got to get good at being okay no matter what happens out there. Let's go ahead and take that phone call. It's been waiting several minutes, and then we can go ahead and take some other ones after that. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Wanted to tell you I appreciate your program. It's really cool. I've been listening to what you guys have been saying, and I've never called in before. And I just wanted to say this is kind of touching my heart with the conversation about being in touch with yourself and doing what you can in your own environment to change the world. I really believe that. I don't believe that you can sit there and look at Fox News or any of the ultra media, the mega media out there that's spewing forth all this crap that we have to listen to every day, if you so choose to do so. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I think the only true change you can try to effectuate in our society is just day-to-day contact with people. And maybe your guest can give me some enlightenment here about how to approach people about political enlightenment, about 9/11, about the Zionist takeover of the world that's occurring right now, which is really upsetting to so many people. I mean, what can you do? I find I'm frustrated when I try to approach somebody who's, say, a right-wing Republican and maybe just plant some seeds of enlightenment there. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, oh, absolutely. I've been there, believe me. And you have to understand, too, that it isn't about a two-party system, and I'm sure you know that. You sound intelligent. And, you know, whether it's a right-wing Republican or a leftist, which is just as bad, and there's some very good people on both sides. Don't do what I've done so many times, and people that know me well will vouch for this, is give too much information all at once, because just because your understanding is equal to the task, it certainly doesn't mean that everyone else is. I realized after years and years of you know, really attempting to do the best I could to help, it was too much for a lot of people, that they weren't able to absorb my words.
That's exactly been my experience.
So you just find a common ground, you know, if someone's interested and willing to look at the fact that there were no planes in 9/11, and you see the look on their face and they're absolutely shocked that they were tricked by the media, just gently lead them to some resource where they can look at something outside of your opinion. Yeah, and if they're not willing to do that, they're not willing to do it. Someone else may be more interested in how the dollar moves.
I don't believe that proselytizing can convince anyone, obviously.
Especially now, because people... They came here to experience a certain thing at this time. They'll decide, even if they're highly evolved people, they may decide not to go that path. They may go backwards in order to get, you know, like fill in the cracks.
The frustration I'm hearing from the caller, I don't particularly think that should be your sole focus, waking people up and solely how they're responding to the information that you're giving them. I think that's a part of it. And that's what I'm doing. That's part of my spiritual path. But for some of you out there that are just pulling your hair out of your head, there's a whole lot more that I think you ought to be, not to be selfish here or sound selfish, to work on yourself on a spiritual level, to get prepared on a multitude of levels beyond the survival end of things, but be prepared spiritually and psychologically for the things that are about to come. I mean, I can accept the fact there's a new world order, Dee Dee, and that 9/11 was an inside job and there's lists. I've already come to terms with that. I have a harder time coming to terms with people's apathy.
Oh, gosh, yes.
People that love to watch the violent...
Alex, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah. Absolutely agree with you.
The violent shows on television, the way women are dehumanized, and the lack of other women speaking out about how they're being put up on a pole in a cage. Yeah. And they're just kind of accepting it, saying, hey, that's what life's all about.
Well, he just answered his own question then, in a way, because... I guess one of the most productive things you could do would be to just sort of gently lead people to the realization that these aren't activities are very odd, and they're not humane, and these aren't normal activities, and how could anyone endorse the violence, you know? I mean, even buying from a corporation that you know employs slave labor, you know, you could just say that to a neighbor, oh, I don't go to Walmart because I don't believe in their policies. And little things can open doors, sometimes larger than a big slap in the face.
I just want to maybe share an experience that I had. I gave up watching television for a year. One whole year, I stopped watching television. I really got sick of just being exposed to the mega media out there. And within the last 2 or 3 years, I've been watching more cable access television programs like yours, Alex. And what I wanted to say is that when I started watching television again after the year of what I call my I got sensitized again. I got humanized again because I wasn't watching crap on television. I was absolutely shocked and appalled at the violence
interacting
that I saw on television.
Technology is more than just the programming. It's the actual physical effect that the TV has on you, especially digital. The physical effect that a cell phone has on you by constantly interacting with it. And so there's the programming element of it, and it's the subliminals. And then there's just the basic interface with it and how it affects your aura, if you will, because we are electrical beings here. It does affect us on some level.
Your spirituality just sort of, it sucks everything out of you.